All right, so we're going to talk about midpoint. That's what we're going to talk about. So by definition, the midpoint of a segment is the point that divides the segment into two congruent segments. You might think, well, the midpoint splits the segment in half, but that's actually the theorem associated with the midpoint. The midpoint of a segment is the point that splits a segment in half. Just by definition, a midpoint is it splits a segment into two equal pieces. So if I was going to draw just some segment, this is the midpoint. Let's call this segment AB. Let's call this midpoint M. So the midpoint, by definition, just says that this piece is equal to that piece. The midpoint theorem says that it splits it in half. So the definition says segment AM is equal to, in fact I should say, the distance between AM is equal to the distance between MB. The theorem says that AM is 1/2 of AB. And same thing with like MB is 1/2 of AB. So this comes with two extra pieces. If we talk about M being the length of one of the segments, it is the average of both pieces. Similarly, if you add both pieces together, it's twice M. So M equals maybe the length of one of them, but it's also the length of the other. So if I know that this piece is 2x and I know this piece is 8, I can say that 2x equals 8. And I can solve for x and find out that x equals 4, something like that. Really, that's it. Maybe a different one would be that if I had a segment like this and I was told that M is the midpoint of segment AB, and I was told that 2x was here and this was 3x minus 4. I know that since M is the midpoint, 2x has to equal 3x minus 4. So if I subtract 2x from both sides, I would get nothing on this side, and I would get just x minus 4. So what minus 4 equals 0? Well, x has to equal 4 for that to be true. Now, in a similar manner, what I could do is I could add 4 to both sides, in which case I would get that 4 equals x. So really, you can either take the logical approach to solving this and say, well, what minus 4 equals 0? 4 minus 4 equals 0, or the algebraic approach and just solve for x to the end. Either way, x would equal 0. And that's midpoints.